Factsverse presents Things You'll Never Buy Once You Know What They're Made Of. Number 1. Hot dogs. There are millions and millions of people who love hot dogs. A cookout can't even be called a cookout unless you have hot dogs. Most people already know that hot dogs aren't really good for you, and many people don't know why they're not good. Well, hot dogs are loaded with chemicals and preservatives that should not be put into your body. And the worst part is the shiny elastic casing that surrounds some of those hot dogs. It's actually made of animal intestines. The inside of the hot dog, it's not any better. They're made of lips and pig snouts. Gross. Number 2. Red food. If you've ever had a red drink or strawberry ice cream, the color red comes from a dye. Now, in some cases, it's natural. In other cases, it's man-made. A few years ago, foods that contained dye began getting a bad rap, saying that it was causing hyperactivity in children. It was also said to make them act crazy. Well, to combat the problem, companies started using less dye, or labeling it all natural. One of the sources of the natural red dye is a bug. If you've ever seen natural red 4 or carmine in the ingredients, it's actually a dye extract from the cochineal bug. To make 1 pound of the red dye, manufacturers need 70,000 of these bugs. This is one of the grossest things that you'll never buy once you know what it's made of. Number 3. Potato chips. Well, aren't they just made of potatoes? Well, most people think that. We know they're not the healthiest food in the world, but dagnabbit, they're just so tasty we eat them anyway, right? Well, besides the carbs and fat in potato chips, there is something even worse in them. There are several brands of potato chips that put a chemical in them called sodium bisulfite. It's a compound usually found in facial cleansers and antifungal products. They use this chemical so that the chips don't become discolored and also so they don't grow mold. The FDA says that it's fine for consumption in small amounts, but still, that sounds pretty disgusting. Number 4. Processed bread and pies. Most people know that anything that's labeled as processed isn't all that good for you. There are things in these foods that are bad for you that you might not even know about. One example is L-cysteine. It's not used in homemade dough, but it is known as a dough conditioner for mass-produced dough. It's also used to make dough softener so it can be easily shaped. The bad thing about this additive is that it comes from human hair. The main source of this additive comes from women who sell their hair in China. In North America, the additive comes from the feathers of ducks. Number 5. Red Bull. Red Bull is the most popular energy drink on the market. Not too long ago, Red Bull was in the news due to the extraordinary amount of caffeine in the drink. Well, later there was a rumor that the secret to the drink's energy-boosting capabilities was that they added bull semen to the drinks. When people saw that one of the ingredients is taurine, whose Latin root means bull, it really got people going. Well, in reality, the taurine was not taken from a bull. It's actually a synthetic additive. Even though it's not as gross as you think, Red Bull still is not good for you. Number 6. Macaroni and cheese. People love macaroni and cheese because it's creamy, cheesy, and it's very easy to make. It comes with pasta and cheese, right? So what's so wrong about it? Well, Kraft Macaroni and Cheese and other similar brands, they've been criticized over the years due to the food coloring that they use. If you look at the ingredients on the box, you'll see tetrazine and sunset yellow. These dyes are better known as Yellow 5 and Yellow 6. They actually come from coal and tar and petroleum, all of which don't sound very tasty. There is so much controversy around these dyes that there are certain parts of the world that ban their use in food. They're also said to have side effects such as food allergies, hypersensitivity, and ADHD-like symptoms in children. Also, these dyes are considered cancer causers. Number 7. Ground beef. People use ground beef in a variety of their meals each day. What you might not know is that ground beef is not just ground beef. There are many manufacturers who add something to their beef before shipping it out. When the ground beef is being produced, there's plenty of leftover fat that still has tiny bits of meat that's attached. Well, to get every piece of meat, the manufacturers melt down the fat and they put it through a centrifuge. When it comes out, there is pink slime that's treated with ammonia. It's then put back into the meat to bulk it up. When the story got out, a variety of companies, including McDonald's, Wendy's, and Burger King, all said that they would no longer use that type of meat, the pink slime meat. Number 8. Gummy bears. Gummy bears and many gummy treats originated in Germany in the 1920s. There are regular bears and sour bears. Since there is gelatin in the gummy bears, you can be sure that something with a face has gone into them. Most companies make their gelatin from the skin, bone, and connective tissue found in animals. I'm not sure, though, if any of those animals are actual bears. Number 9. Vanilla syrup. If you drink anything with vanilla syrup, chances are it has something unappetizing in it. If you look at the label, it will say natural flavors, but right beside that, you will see a variation of an ingredient, but each time it has the prefix castor in it. And that means beaver. In this case, castoreum is a secretion that comes from the glands near the anus of a beaver. In nature, this is used to mark their territory. In food, it's used to make a milkshake. That sounds scrumptious. Number 10. Nutella. Nutella is one of the most common things that you'll never buy once you know what it's made of. The chocolate and hazelnut spread, people put that on anything. Many people put the spread on their toast, their muffins, they even dip their bananas in Nutella. Before you buy a jar and spread it on your favorite food, though, you should know why this spread is so bad for you. First, the main ingredient in the spread is sugar. If you want to watch what you eat, that's a bad choice right off. It's almost like spreading a candy bar onto your morning toast. Next, the second ingredient is modified vegetable oils, which is totally different than regular vegetable oil. The oils in Nutella can affect your heart, liver, brain, and nervous system function. Finally, there are several other healthier options out there. Subscribe for more! Can't believe it. I just tried Nutella for the first time today and I fell in love with it. Nabbit!